Hey everyone, happy Sunday. It's Rhonda dialing in from the compound here in Marina Del Rey, and I have my crown on. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, it's a furry crown and it says 50. Yeah, so we had I had a surprise last night. I had a surprise birthday party that my mom and all my dear friends threw me, and I was blown away. I was just so blown away. All the people I love so dearly were there, and celebrating turning 50 is really fun. So I'm going to celebrate all year. But I'm so happy you guys are here. If you would please do me a favor real fast, just on your phones, and hit share. Would you mind just sharing this live to your wall? You know me, I love to give stuff away. And I love to build community and build value and help people. So if you go on your phone where you're watching me, I'm going to do it right now so you can see it. And you're looking at your little live video, you can just hit share, right? And it's cool because you can share. Oh no, there I am. Hang on, let me shut it off. You can hit share, and you can share it to your wall, and then we'll reach more people. And so a few weeks ago, I came on a Sunday, and I was really talking about this masterful mantra that was gifted to me by my coach, Bill Mayer. And it's really a gift from other teachers that Bill learned from, and teachers that they learned from, and teachers they learned from, and they learned and they learned. It goes centuries old, the information that was handed down to me a couple weeks ago that I handed down to you on live. And what's showing up for you this week, you guys? Have you been doing your mantra? And if you're wondering, like, what's this thing Rhonda's talking about, this mantra, is I went through a very stressful and scary time recently. My dog, here she is. Let's get Bella. Say hi to everyone. Hi, say hi everyone. Oh, she's such my greatest teacher. Hey everyone. Thanks for being on, and thanks for sharing. So I went through a very stressful time a few weeks ago, and I'm so excited about the gift that I received during this stressful time. And I think that one of my favorite things to talk about and teach about and grow about and experience about with all of you guys is the messy stuff that shows up, right? Because when it's easy and beautiful, yeah, that's good, and it's awesome, and I love it, and that happens a lot, right? Grace and ease and flow, especially if you're co-creating that. But when messy stuff shows up, it's such an opportunity for us to learn and grow. So I'm so glad you guys are here. How's the mantra going? The mantra is anytime you're feeling anything below the line of love and gratitude and peace, if you're feeling worry or anxious or fear or sad or stress, which is just overachievers' way of saying I'm afraid, but if you're feeling any of those, do you realize that right then and there in that moment that you're having that feeling, stress, worry, anxiety, fear, anxious, that there's only one reason you're having that feeling, and that's because you are focusing in on and therefore creating something you do not want. And so there's a lot of power in this information. There's so much power. I literally transformed my entire life from this power, right? And I got this power a long time ago when I was sick, many years ago, and I was diagnosed with something that I was told was incurable. And then a friend of mine said, no. That's what when someone says you have a disease that's incurable, what they mean when they're saying that at that particular moment, what they mean is they can't cure you. Okay, that's cool. Or they don't know if they can cure you. And most of the times they've attempted to do cures or healings or medicate. It didn't work, so now it's incurable, right? And I had that about 20 years ago, long before I found my wellness company. And I was gifted the information from Louise Hay called You Can Heal Your Life, and I was gifted the information of where our true power lies, and that's inside of us. That's inside of us, and we co-create, and you can co-create with God if that's what your belief is, or the universe, or your higher power, but that's where your true power lies. And I co-created 20 years ago a new reality than what the doctor was giving me, right? Which was incurable disease, and I co-created perfect, vibrant health. And it was so powerful. And I've been on this journey for a long, long time. And I realized that when I co-created perfect, vibrant health, after I was told I had an incurable disease, and yeah, I used my thoughts, and I used my beliefs, and I used my visualizations, and I used nutrition, and I used prayer, and I used meditation, and I just followed what other people have done that have had these results, right? And so, oops, I forgot to turn my little chimes off here, but I co-created that different reality 20 years ago with my health. And I realized in that moment, at that time, I was, $40,000 in debt, and I was, working, but not really happy with my jobs. And I was really feeling afraid of my financial future. And I had no choices in my life. And I was stuck in an office building and dreaming to be outside and dreaming to make a difference in the world and dreaming to just show up and use my gifts and talents, but I didn't know how. And I realized when I co-created that different reality in my cellular body, and I went from being in disease to being healthy, I realized the power that we have that lies within us, right? With the universe, with God, to co-create a whole new reality. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh. I mean, seriously, if I can heal my body from something I was told was incurable by the doctor, right? Then can I heal my bank account, right? Right? With these same ideas? Yes, you can. And you can heal anything that is showing up. And there's a reason why stuff is showing up. And so a couple of weeks ago, I took you on this journey with me of really learning how to co-create a different reality for the rest of your life. I really am giving you a gift of the power back to you. See, the power has been taken away, and it's an illusion. That is a total illusion. Okay, it's not about anything outside of us. It's about what we focus on. It's what we feel. It's where we go with our thoughts and our feelings and our focus and our vibrations and our beliefs. And so the mantra that I've been working with the last few weeks is, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for showing me I am focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. I am so glad you guys are on. Thank you guys so much for being here. That's the mantra. When do you do that mantra? You do that mantra. I'll just say I do that mantra. I invite you to play with this mantra, because what if you could change everything about your life into the things that you're dreaming of? What if, right? You can. You absolutely can. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 90 and you could still do this, right? You could be 15, you could be 10. It doesn't matter if you're healthy or sick or if you're old or you're young. What matters is that you take your power back and you get into action and you do the work. And the work is making sure that anytime you feel anything other than happiness and peace, that you're checking in with that. And it's a signal to you. If you're feeling stress or fear or distress or anxious, then it's a signal. It's like this. Boop, 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 boop. Knock, knock, knock. Hello. Hello. Wake up. You're focusing in on and therefore creating that which you do not desire. The gratitude for the anxiety, the gratitude for the sadness, the gratitude for the fear will absolutely take you out. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for showing me I am focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. Because we focus in on, we create. And here's the amazing thing. Many times in this last week or two, since I'm working with this so powerfully, I'm like, just going about my life. And all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'm noticing that I'm feeling anxious. I don't even know why. I'm not even thinking about something consciously, but subconsciously I am. And that's what that feeling is there for. It's to let us know so we can change everything. I love you guys. So the mantra, how's it going? Are you working your mantra? Are you understanding that anytime you're feeling bad, it's a gift? It's such a gift. So I noticed a couple things this past few weeks. I'd love to hear from you guys what you guys are figuring out as you shift anything that isn't love, as you shift anything that isn't a high vibration, as you shift it just with gratitude. Thank you for showing me. I'm focusing in on and therefore creating. Hello. That which I do not desire. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It gets so crazy. And the next step is you can then just focus in on what you do desire. I mean, hello, if you can focus in on what you don't desire, you certainly can focus in on what you do desire. I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say I'm in the car and I'm driving and I was going somewhere and I was running a little bit late, and all of a sudden I noticed I started feeling anxious, right? And so I'm like, oh, well, there we are. That must mean I'm focusing in on something and therefore creating something I do not desire. I don't even have to spend a head trip trying to figure out what I am focusing in on. I'm feeling anxious. That's my signal. Go to gratitude. Thank you for showing me this anxiety. Thank you for showing me I am focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. I'm driving in the car, right? I'm driving and I'm like, okay. And then I just see grace and ease. Like, woo, it doesn't matter there's 25 lanes of traffic. It doesn't matter my GPS says I'm going to be 15 minutes late, which to a Virgo is like earth shattering, right? None of that matters, because you know what? I'm going to co-create the reality I want. I'm going to have fun. It's going to go graceful. It's going to be peaceful. It's going to be safe. I'm going to get there at the perfect time. Maybe the fact that I'm late is because I'm going to miss this accident or whatever that was going to kill me. I don't know, but this is the reality. Focus in on what it is you do desire and keep focusing in on it. And so I noticed in this past couple of weeks, I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that as I'm working with this mantra and as I'm committed to not being in a lower vibration more than 3 seconds, 3 seconds, I got 3 seconds to get out before it goes way down. And you can play with this. You have a choice where you want to go with your energy. You have a choice how you want to feel in any given moment. Who can think of a great example, right? Gandhi. I mean, what a great example. He's like the best teacher. And it's so funny, when I was 20 years old, I didn't even know who he was. Someone said something about Gandhi at a party. I'm like, who's that? Who cares that I didn't go to history class? I didn't figure that out till later. I figured it out, right? And this man teaches us so much. It doesn't matter what's happening around you. What matters is what you're focusing in on. Are you focusing in on gratitude? Are you focusing in on the result that you desire? Are you focusing in on love? Are you focusing in on grace? Are you focusing in on allowing? Are you focusing in on believing that what is happening is absolutely perfect for your higher purpose, right? Even if you don't like it. So I promised you that we would talk a little bit about judgment. Hi. I love you guys. I love you. I've had the most incredible week. I had something happen to me, and it was really powerful. Okay. I had some judgment of me, right? Some really high level judgment of things that I did that I needed to do. Whatever, okay? We'll just leave it at that, okay? And a person was very affected by my choice. And that person did one of these things, right? You're this and you're that and you're this and you're that and you're this and you're that, right? And it was a lot of not so good things that were being said to me about me from this person like this. And I was like, wow, okay, interesting. All right, so isn't that fascinating? Now, I could go into a lot of places with that information. And one of the things I want to say is if you ever feel that, if someone is blaming you or judging you or does something to you, right, and it triggers you, I mean, like it makes you mad, like you're like, right? And you can't get past that in about 5 minutes, right? If you stay in a mad state about that thing that happened and you can't easily find compassion for the other person and find compassion for yourself, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But if you can't easily move on out of that trigger, then it's your stuff. It's your stuff. And you can go in and do some work and looking around at that. Like, why am I being so triggered? I'll give you a really good example of my stuff and being triggered. This is one of my favorite stories and lessons about how my stuff is in there if I'm being triggered. So remember, anytime I am feeling triggered, it is my stuff. Own it. You understand, where is your power? Is your power going, that person's horrible, they don't know, right? Is that where your power is? No, your power is, wow, what's going on with me? Why am I not able to get past this? And now you got your mantra. Thank you, God, for showing me I'm focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. Thank you. That's your mantra. takes you out, and then you can focus in on what you do want to desire. But when you get triggered, I'll give you an example. I was moving. This is very funny. My mom's here. She's on the porch, on the deck, hanging out, watching the Pacific Ocean view. I'll take you guys out there. But I was moving. This was years ago. I was living up in Studio City, California. I had been out in LA for just a few years. And I had looked around different places and everything. And I think I had at some point dated someone who lived in Malibu. And I was like in love with Malibu. And then we weren't dating anymore. And I still loved Malibu. And so I wanted to move to Malibu. All right. And so I'm looking. And I find this amazing guest house in Malibu. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to move out to Malibu. And I mean, it is out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, nowhere. And I gave my landlord notice in my great little city apartment in Studio City. And I'm like, I'm moving to Malibu. I'm going to be a beach girl. I'm going to live in Malibu. I'm going to be the Malibu girl, right? I was so excited. And my mom flew out to help me move because that's what moms do. And my mom anyway. Thank you, Mom. And I get there and Mom gets there and the movers are coming. The movers are coming the next day. So Mom comes in and she's like, let's go out to Malibu and check out your place, right? And so I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go, Mom. So we drive out to Malibu, which is far, by the way. Malibu is far. And everyone that I told, all my friends that I told I was moving to Malibu, they were like, oh, you know, that's far. You're going to be way far away from everything. That's out there. I don't know if you're going to like that. And everyone who said that to me, I got like mad. I was like, well, what do you mean? I love Malibu. Like I was triggered, right? I was defending it. Check this out. So my mom comes, we go out there. It's the day before the movers are coming. And we drive out there. And by the time we get out there, it's dusk. So it's just starting to get a little dark. And I have to drive up from the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu, up the mountain for like 5 miles. Twisty. I mean, out in the middle of nowhere. And we get to this guest house on this property. It's so beautiful. And the guest house is gorgeous. And Mom's like, wow, she's like, it's nice, Rhonda. And then she's like, I could tell, like she's thinking something else and she's not saying it, right? So we look around, we leave, we're driving home. And she says to me in the car on the way home, something along the lines of, gosh, you know, Rhonda, are you sure you want to live out there? I mean, it's really isolated. I mean, I support you in anywhere you want to live, but are you sure, you know? And I was triggered, right? I was like, well, Mom, yeah, I mean, it's going to be awesome. And I was upset that she was saying that. And this is the gift that I got out of that. And it's so cool when we can own our stuff. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, what is going on? Why am I being triggered? Why should I care what my mom, I mean, of course I care what my mom thinks, but why is it bugging me? Why is it bugging me when all my friends say that? Why is it? Because I was worried about moving out there and not really acknowledging that worry. I was shoving it down because I thought, oh, I got this cool house and I've already made the decision and I'm moving tomorrow. And I kind of sat with this feeling that I was having. I'm like, what is going on? And I realized that I didn't want to go, that it wasn't right for me. And I realized that because I was triggered and I could go inside of me and find out. Because if I was perfectly clear with that decision and it really is what I wanted and it was me, it was true for me, when people said that stuff to me, it wouldn't bother me. You get that? Are you with me on this, you guys? Right? And so when you're triggered, begin to investigate, is this your stuff? Where is this your stuff? Where are you feeling the way that the person is saying? Where are you feeling that way about yourself, right? That's a trigger and you can discover it, and it's usually called shadow work. If you haven't done any shadow work, I really, really, really encourage you to check it out, because shadow work is all the parts of us that we don't want anyone to know about, including ourselves, right? That's shadow work. And when you integrate all parts of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the shadow work when you bring that stuff from the shadow into the light and you own your stuff, then you're free. You're free and you won't be triggered. So I was being judged a lot. I had this big judgment come at me, and it was interesting because I wasn't triggered. Okay. I wasn't feeling upset. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm not going to own this. There's no stuff within me that I'm feeling that I am these things that this person is saying to me. I was just doing what I needed to do to take care of myself. And that person didn't like it and had a lot of judgment about it. And it's okay, right? And it was interesting because I checked in to see if I was being triggered. And then after a while, I kind of checked in to see, okay, I'm not being triggered. Then, I can have compassion, right? For this person who's having a really difficult time with something I needed to do for me, right? I can have compassion for that. I've had difficult times when people need to do stuff, right, for them, and I needed them to do something else that I wanted them to do for me, right? And so I can have compassion for that. But I went further than that. I went into the judger in me, right? It was really a gift for me, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. I really wanted to share this with you because I sat down and I said, okay, if your outer world is truly a reflection of your inner world, you guys, think about this in your life, okay? If something shows up in your life, whatever it is, right, it's somehow a part of you. It's somehow in you, right? It wouldn't be there if it wasn't. That is the truth, right? Your outer world will always be a reflection of your inner world. It's so beautiful because we co-create with our thoughts, with our energy, with our actions, right? And so I sat down and I thought to myself, wow, that was a lot of judgment that came at you, Rhonda. Not a little bit. It was like a paragraph, okay? It was a lot. And I thought, interesting. Let's take a look at where Rhonda is judging herself or others, right? That's where I went with it. Like, just turn it around. I wasn't triggered by it, but I realized if it's in my world, it's in me, right? And so I sat down and I was like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I am a judging mess sometimes, a lot of times actually. I figured it out, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, right? I judge and I don't say anything. This person just happened to judge and say something, right? And I was like, I judge this and I judge that. And I was like, wow, it was such a gift for me to wake up and to go, okay, here's the deal. First of all, who am I to judge that person for judging me when I'm judging all the time? Okay, we all judge, all right? And it's okay. And what that person, what I got to within myself is what that person is in pain. That person that is judging me is in pain. People do not say hurtful, mean, judgmental things to you if they're not in pain. People who are in pain hurt other people. That's what they do. And I have deep levels of compassion for that. It doesn't mean I need to keep someone who's hurting me in my life, but it also means that I can understand it, right? And I got in touch with that, and I'm sharing it with you as you're on your journey of growth and of discovering who you are and where your power is and what happens when you start to really, truly love yourself. And you start to really, truly honor what you need, regardless of what other people think of it, right? Really being okay with, I'm so sorry if I'm going to hurt you or disappoint you, but I really need to do this for myself. I hope you understand. And if you don't, that's okay too. I'm still going to do it because I have to take care of myself. If I put other people's needs, I can put other people's needs ahead of me, of course, and I do often. But there are times where I have to draw the line and I have to take care of myself. If I don't, what happens, right? What happens if we don't take care of ourselves and we're always taking care of other people, right? We can no longer to give, right? We have nothing left to give. And so I went on that journey with that, and I really found the judger in me. And you know what I did? I brought a lot of compassion to her. My judger. I'm like, wow, you judge a lot. You judger. I got to give her a name. Let's see. Judy the judge. I don't know. Judge Judy. That's it. When I'm in judgment, I'm in Judge Judy, right? And it's like, just knock it off. Have compassion for what people are doing, right? Have compassion for them. It might not make any sense to you, but we realize that, listen, me, my mom, Sam, Alyssa, and Donnie all spent and Nancy Ballin all spent the morning together. Okay, we were at restaurants in Santa Monica and Venice. We went out to brunch, and then we went over to Abbot Kinney, and we went shopping, and all 6 of us were there. And I guarantee you, we had 6 very different experiences, right? Everybody has a different experience because their lives are going through their perspective. And for me, the growth is love more. Love myself more, love the people more, and understand the biggest thing. Don't give your power away. Don't give your power away. Understand that no matter what happens, I get to choose what I'm going to do, how I'm going to feel, where I'm going to focus, right? And gratitude, thank you, God, for showing me. If I was angry at that email, if I was angry at that email of judgment that I got, anger for a minute is fine, but if you don't move on, but actually no more than 3 seconds for any below the line feeling, right? Thank you, God, for showing me I am focusing in on and therefore creating that which I do not desire. Thank you. And then I can start to visualize on what I want. I can visualize myself having compassion for the person who judged me, and I can visualize myself having an understanding of that. I can visualize them understanding me a little bit better. I can visualize having compassion for myself when I judge people, right? So anyway, you guys, I hope this is helpful. I'm so happy you're here. Really, truly, there's nothing in your life that you cannot, alchemy is my word. I love it so much. There's nothing in your life that doesn't show up that isn't absolutely there. Wonder who this is. To serve you, to help you grow, to evolve your soul into its purpose. That's what it's all coming for, right? It's all coming for that, all right? And thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having fun with the mantra. I hope you're doing some of the heart meditations. I taught that last Sunday. I've been doing that a lot, and it's been really, really beautiful, getting in touch with gratitude, getting in touch with asking my heart what I should do next, asking my heart what I should go next, asking my heart, is this right or is that right? And really getting guidance from there instead of my head. And so I hope that you guys are finding some peace and some higher frequencies in using the mantra and in using your heart meditation, and in realizing that, first of all, anytime that we do this, right, blame, judge, anytime we're pointing out at someone else, there's 3 fingers pointing back at us. So what are you judging? Take a look at it. What are you judging in another, right? So I was judging my friend for judging me, right? And I turned it around and I said, okay, I was judging judgment. Where do I judge? Where do I judge? Yeah, oh yeah, I judge there, I judge there, I judge there. I'm a judging Judy. So I took that gift, gave myself compassion for my own judgment, right? And so this is the work. This is alchemy, taking the stuff that's showing up and taking it straight up to the top, right into your dreams, goals, frequencies, vibrations, visions, gratitudes. It's amazing. So, all right, let me show you guys the view. Oh my gosh, might be a little difficult here because we're in the house. But this is what I want you guys to see. We got the view. This is the door going outside onto the deck. Woo! Check it out. Yeah. There's my mom watching my live.
Yes, I am.
Thank you guys so much for being here with me this Sunday. My intention is to be here every Sunday. My intention is to keep journeying with you guys and learning how to take our power, use it, grow, bless others, love others, go into higher frequencies. Thank you so much for sharing this live. I'll be reading all the comments, and together, we can just love more. So have a great day, you guys. Bye.